Hello everybody and welcome back to Calmlands with me, Mr. Sim Gamer, the 200 horsepower challenge. This is day 2, episode 2, month 2, everything 2. So I've skipped through to April. I'm going to attempt my best, my jolly best, to do an episode a month, but as we all know, as it gets busier, that is going to become much harder to do. So this month we know what we need to do. We need to cut this grass, and that isn't going to be the most fun job, but it's the job that we know we need to do. Now a lot of my bits and pieces are still at the shop, so we're gonna take a little walk up here and grab all the bits we need. I think we have the windrower up here. We have the wrapper. But at the moment, of course, we can't afford a baler. So we're going to be picking up the grass. Probably could do a I probably could do a little silage bunker. It's so tough to know what to do in these early stages. It really is. But I've got the I've got a bale loader, but obviously I haven't got the baler yet. There is something to be said about maybe I should have not purchased the bale loader yet. It's probably a good point. Do you know what? The most difficult thing about this is I'm constantly doubting myself. And for good reason. I'm not making the best decisions yet. And this is always quite difficult when you start something like this, is to try and decide what is best to do. And I am going to... I'm going to be bold. It's not really that bold. I'm going to sell the bale loader. I will end up buying it again. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to take the cover off so that it's cheaper. And that just gives us a little bit more leeway with our finances. Because I don't think there's anything we can buy for 15. Let me just check. I mean, they're useless, really. Nope. 18. That would be nice. But again, not right. Okay. So I could grab this one, and so I had the creator of the challenge message me and say, really don't worry about the mod hub. The idea is to use your own logic, discretion, don't use anything unreal, things like that, basically. So I'm gonna take his advice and go with this one here. I'll start at the 12. Maybe I might actually be able to go up a little bit higher, you know. No, because I don't want the silage body. So we'll go with 10 grand, 12.9 meters cubed. So that's much better than the 8. And I'm spending a little bit less. Don't really need a cover, but so I'm just going to go straight 10k. Let's jump in this bad boy. I'll I'm going to be cheeky and leave the rest of my stuff. Well, the mower. I'm going to leave the mower there. I will take this back with me. So I know I will be doing bales at some point. It's just I'm going to need... I need some... the fatal error of... I can mow it, I can row it, I can wrap it, but I didn't get a baler? I mean, on what planet was I playing? I come on here. I think I woke up in the middle of the night thinking, hey, what was I doing? And also, guys, you haven't figured that out yet? Maybe someone watching it later on will be like, Mrs. Gamer, you need a baler to be able to do the wrapping. Why have you got a bale loader when you haven't even got a baler? Good question, my friends. Good question. But anyway, let's put that aside. Let's forget that happened. We're investing in equipment. And I think I probably wasted a good 20 grand. By the time I changed my tractor out, by the time, which I shouldn't have done really, I shouldn't be worrying too much about the mod hub. The idea is don't get unreal stuff. Don't get things which are cheaty. And you know what? I respect that. I can definitely do things which aren't cheaty. Right. Now, let's see how well-ish we are going to do here. How long it's going to take. Whoa! I did not expect this to be too tall at all. I thought one of the benefits of going for this would be that it would be lower. Oh my goodness. Okay, right. Let's just think one thing at a time. Alright. Nice thing is, and what I didn't know, is that this actually has an engine. Okay, so transporting position is like this, and I didn't know about that. I was told about that by another viewer and another person of this challenge, so thank you so much. The other thing is, the wood that I put in has now disappeared. So, I definitely don't want to be putting wood in without it being ready. So, I'm going to put this into transporting position. I'm going to have to move it up the hill a little bit more, aren't I? Okay. And I always knew this would be a mega challenge. It's kind of the reason I wanted to do it, because I've never challenged myself to anything like this before. In fact, another thing which is causing us problems right now is the fact that this tree is in the way. So, I'm going to get out, cut it up a bit. Okay. Right. Think. I think a ramp is going to be our best bet. Let me see if I've got anything like that. Do I have a ramp installed? I have bridges. I have Christmas decorations. Okay. So our next job is to go and install some ramps. So let's go do that together. Let's choose some ramps. The other thing is I need to turn off the music volume. Where is the music volume? I apologise, guys. I was supposed to do this beforehand and I completely forgot. I'm so sorry. Volume. I thought it would be in there, but it's not, is it? Oh, there we go. Oh, peace and quiet, finally. All right, let's do that. Right, download content. So we are looking for a ramp. And I know there's quite a few in game. So we've got an earth ramp, 700, wooden ramp, 800, concrete, 1,000. That doesn't look that high though, does it? Let's keep looking. So loading ramp, that might be, that's 1,000. Okay, that's pretty decent. Quite like the idea of having something much bigger. So then I can really work with the space that I've got. Because I have two problems. One, I can't get the chips into the trailer. The second one is I can't get the wood into the chipper. So it's kind of like I need a couple of levels. So it could be worth me doing something big like this so that I can drive up with the Ford, put the wood in the chipper, and then the chipper is also on a ramp which is just a little bit lower and go straight into the wood, the trailer. That could work. Modular ramps and platforms. That's going to be way too big, isn't it? I don't need anything that big. That's just a little bit silly. That's big. That's expensive as well. These are quite good. This is quite good value, and is that the same one? It's quite stupid. Do you know what? I'm going to install a few because then I don't need to keep coming in and out and in and out. Don't want that. Don't want that. That one we've discovered is too expensive. This one here is 1,000. It's quite a good height. Again, I'm just going to install all these bad boys and then I can make a decision on the fly as to what's going to be best. I am going to install that as well. Okay, so now we've got the fun job of going through the game save itself and finding the mods. And I might actually turn off a few that I don't need. I don't need better contracts. Big bags is default. I don't really need the bridges either. So I'm gonna just go and do a bit like this as well. A bit of management. I'm not gonna need that. Not too worried about that either. Actually, I will keep sheds because you never know when you want something. We're not doing loans, so that can come off. That's the new flower production I reviewed the other day. Foil tunnels. Free landscaping. Oof, that's a bit cheaty. I better not do that. I think I'm going to use this, though. The hand plant saplings. That's really cool. Better not do any auto-loading. Horseman's cheaty. I'll turn that off. I won't be getting that. That's the one I've purchased. Range extension, that's cheaty. That was useless, actually. I didn't like that. And I'm going to turn these off. I have issues with those sometimes. Don't need that. We're not leasing to own. Yeah, sorry I'm doing this now. It's something that was on my mind. Got lumberjack off because that's a bit cheaty. I actually don't like that mod. I need to delete it. I'm going to keep more trees on because I do want to plant more trees, and if I have a problem, then do you know what I mean? I just think that's annoying otherwise. Okay, there's 2 ramps there that we want. Got the expansion packs. I'll turn auto load off there. I'll turn production revamp off and quick belt off. Not that I can afford one. There's a ramp pack there. I think that's all of the ramps and things that we wanted. Right? I think so. Alright. Okay, you do that. Right, so now we've had a little bit of a clear out. Already 16 minutes in. How is that possible, guys? Like, does anybody else find you sit down and play this game and the day just disappears on you? Because it does for me. It just goes. Poof. Gone. Day gone. Right. Ramping. So, it's going to be best if I pick an area where it is relatively flat, which is not that many places, to be honest. It's all hilly, but that was the idea of this challenge. The idea of this challenge was to have hills, so then it wasn't that easy. But I think this is probably the most stable part here. So let's go into construction mode. So we want a ramp, which then leads on to another ramp. So tools, containers, no, it's going to be in decoration, I think. Yeah, so here's one. So that's quite a nice size. My only concern is that, like, that will not fit on it very well. Well, it might do. It might do, actually. I think I spoke too soon there. So this is the bigger. Yeah, I reckon this to drive on with the Ford. So then this beauty, which is in quite a precarious situation right now. And somehow I've managed to lose my... Oh, I've lost my big bag handler. I must have ticked off the wrong mod there. What an absolute plank. I'm going to have to go back out and put it back in. Okay, so the idea is... Woof, I'm going to have to go really slow with all this. We're now much taller. Okay. Now let's go back to construction. We need a ridge of some sort. Doesn't need to be too high, but it needs to be high enough for the conveyor belt to be able to get into the trailer. And I'm in the wrong section completely. So there's this one. That's quite a nice size difference. And I think that would be enough. I think that would be enough for the trailer as well. Okay, we're gonna go for this. Nice. Okay. Right, I'll come back in, get myself attached up, and get the setup ready. I'll see you in a bit. And breathe. Alright. That was embarrassing as hell. I recorded it, and I'm so sorry. I just can't show it. It was just agony to watch. But it's working. The idea's working. I can't get it on there straight. Yeah. Just not happening. And I've decided to switch out. So I got the big bag handle on the back, so I was able to suction it up. And I've switched out for a fork instead, which is less cheaty than a bag handler as well. So here we go. Ooh, start the engine. I thought I already had. There we go. We'll see how we get on with smaller pieces. It's what I'm going to want to do. Let's open this up. I'll have to put some weight on the back, more than likely. But yeah, it was just so embarrassing, guys. I was wobbling, dropping, swinging things all over the place. Yeah, I can't do it to myself. I think most people would have an issue doing it, but they don't have to show it. You know, they're playing for themselves. They're not showing these things on YouTube. And yeah, I had to think about the bag handler, and I thought, actually, do you know what? That's probably a little bit cheaty as well. I'm gonna need a weight. And the difficulty is, I'm not going to be able to use that plough as my weight, am I? God! Because it's too big. Might be able to use the bell wrapper though. Now, big question. This was the other thing, reach-wise, it is just so close and tight, and this is the first time I'm trying it, so I'm hoping it's gonna give me a little bit of leeway, and it has. Okay, good. Right, let's jump back in here then, and let's start overloading. So our first wood chips, guys. Here we go. Now, as far as the setup's concerned, yeah, that's I dig this, don't you? It's a bit different. I like that it's taking its time, that it's not like super fast. That's good. Let's have a look in here. So we got 1%. It's doing yards cubed. Or cubic yards, I should say. Yeah, I like that it's taking its time. But as far as setup's concerned, I think we've got that right. Now, let's go and add... How heavy is that? Bell wrapper. So that's 590 kilograms. I'll tell you what, that might be enough to keep my bum on the floor. And it may or may not impede on that ramp up. It's so hard to know. Can I lift it higher? Okay, it's still trying to control the front. So let me just take that off for a second. Can't attach in that state. Okay, this state then. Right, let me just see so I can lower it. Okay, I think that is the best it's gonna get. Let's see how we do. I'm using that as a 500 kilogram weight, basically. There's a nice pile in there. Pretty chuffed with that. At some point we're going to need to... Oh, this is when things get interesting. When it's on a hill. Right, let's try and get underneath it. Can we flip back in? Oof. We'd have to go really slow. And I'm going to need to avoid... Yeah. Went straight into a stump. Right, let's open this back up. Come on. I'm going right underneath you. Nope, wrong way. Roll in. Thank you very much. Skills. Now let's get you up there safely. This is what I'm interested in now. Can we get up this ramp on this hill with this bell wrapper? Okay, it is holding it steady. We didn't do a wheelie. I mean, it wasn't pretty. Oh! It's gone straight in. Gosh, okay. Now that felt a bit cheaty, but again, I think you can forgive me because I'm going through so much effort with the ramps and things like that. Surely, guys. Oh, scraping the bottom of that. Okay, let's have a look at this. Let's get these off of it. So one of the first things I'm going to want to buy for the farm is where is the mod? Being able to plant the trees by hand. Where is the mod? Where is the mod? I thought I had it installed. Gosh, I'm being blind. Blind or stupid or both. Will it be under forestry equipment? Or is it a placeable? Under construction. It might be under construction, you know. There it is. So 3,400. That's the first thing I'm going to want to buy with my wood chip money. So I can start planting. Okay. that's light enough to pick up. How much space do we have in here? I'm a right old mare. There we go. What the? Ah, there we go. Enter vehicle. Nope. I'm entering the wrong vehicle each time. No, I'm not. We're good. Okay. So, 44% filled. Now, wood chip wise, what's the value at the moment? Not a mad amount. Okay, it doesn't know that we've got them, of course, because it's not in a silo. So let's fill up a trailer load and see how much we get. I will see you in a bit. Here we go, everybody. Our first 12,880 litres. Now, I am a bit nervous about this as to how much we're going to make, because that's a lot of effort. If we make more than 1,300, I'll be happy, because that was the cut down tree, winching it up here scenario. Although that's probably quicker. More driving. The other thing that was pointed out to me is if I cut the trees up in smaller segments, I think 6 meters to 8 meters was suggested, I would make higher profit. So that's also a thing that I need to think about and consider. But at least we're able to move at quite a good pace up these hills. That was one thing I was concerned about. Right. I think this is the spot. Okay, the moment of truth, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh! Wow. Wow. I have no words. So needless to say, this was a good idea. Pretty chuffed with that. What do you think? Oh, I am absolutely delighted. Elated, even. That we now have a setup which is going to set us up for life on here. Alright, 250 quid, not too bad in the grand scheme of things. Oopsie, gosh. God. Blimey. Right, I need to line it back up again. And then lift it on. It sounds so simple. But it's not. Although I've had practice now, so maybe it'll be a little easier. Right, that's about where I want it. Move forklift. Sorry. Not forklift. Gosh. Log fork is the word I was looking for. Getting all flustered. I had a much heavier weight. I think I used the plough. There we go. Nope, it's working. We got it. We got it. We got it. Screw cheaty. Without that bag, I don't know what I would have done. I'll be honest with you. That was tough. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm just thinking to myself, how am I going to stop this from happening again? And I'm wondering, would a fence work? Now, this is a bit of a risk. Do fences have collisions? I think they do. But that isn't going to go up there, is it? No, it's not. Can I get a taller fence, maybe? No, that's not taller. It's a bit taller. But will that have a big enough collision? Will that be big enough? And will that stop it from falling? I don't know. There's only one way to find out, really, isn't there? Which is by putting it down and trying it. Okay, this is an expensive test. And it also could be an annoying one, because if it doesn't work, I'm going to have to put it back up again. Ooh, that's a dodgy bit there. Right, here we go. Okay, now I'm going to deliberately bash into it this time. Oh, going to do it slowly though. Oh my goodness, that worked. Yes! Okay, good. We finally have a setup. Right, so for safety, I think I'm going to put one this side as well. Because the likelihood is it could fall that way as well. That should now stop it. Okay. I think I should get A for creative thinking. Don't you think? No? A for stupidity as well. And A for creative thinking. I think there needs to be a mixture of the both for me, because clearly I make my own stupid mistakes, which causes most of my issues in the first place. And screw it, I'm going to keep the bag handler. It's on the mod hub. Please be kind to me, guys. This isn't too heavy, this bit, by the looks and feels. Swing around. See how we cope with this. Oh, come on, girl. Come on, girl. That's it. Yes. Oh, I am one happy bunny. Yes. Okay. So, that's it for this episode. I think you've all seen enough of this. But I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have creating this. I've actually enjoyed it. I know I've probably sworn a few times under my breath. But the whole idea of a challenge is to be challenged, right? If it wasn't a challenge, wouldn't it be boring? Kind of the whole point. So yes, challenge day 2, problem solving, found a very good sustainable income, and I'm pretty chuffed about it. I hope you are, and I hope you're enjoying watching this as much as I am creating it. If you are, you know what to do. You know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe, leave me a comment, and most importantly, just thank you for watching and getting this far. See you in the next one.